So we're just gonna let it roll for a sec, and let's take a look. See.
I'm gonna mute me because I'm going into my house and I don't have my headphones on, so you're gonna get a lot of background noise.
Okay. But we want to hear. We want to have a new episode of Inside Val's House.
It's gonna be amazing. Just as the show is starting, you just say, "Okay, you guys, I'm gonna give you the grand tour." That's just part of the show. I love it.
No, because then all the neckbeards are gonna fucking show up because now they know what my house looks like.
Oh shit! Good point. They were like, "Okay, we ready." Val already mapped out where the entrance is and where the bathroom is and where the kitchen is. Like, we know where to go.
Ooh, she lives in a coach house. Ooh, we've recognized those wooden stairs.
Oh shit! You probably would have some fucking creeper that would be that much of a stalker too.
Yeah, that's like a thing.
All right.
I'm gonna mute it so I can and turn the camera off so I can go inside my house without finding any stalkers there. So.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay,
Jump on in when you're all settled.
So we'll intro you and say that you'll be on momentarily. Okay.
I mean, I'll just unmute it when it's time for me to talk.
Yeah.
So it's no big deal. I'm just gonna mute it.
Okay.
Just so you're aware, I'm muting it now.
All right. All right. Here we go. Danielle, would you like to intro? Would you like to do it?
No.
All right. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, neckbeards of all ages, welcome to Chicago's very own scheduled for one fall episode 21. And like most people in this life, you've already consumed a lot of alcohol by the time you turn 21, but that's not going to stop this show. We're going to double our alcohol intake. I'm Black Market Ivan. Sitting in front of me is La Flama Blanca. Hello, La Flama Blanca.
Hello.
And 87.2 miles away in the heart of Chicago, Val Capone.
Hiya. I thought I'd be 89 miles away because that's my Jersey number, but fuck it, I'll be 87.2. That's cool.
From now on, it's 89 miles no matter where you are in the world.
You know, it's funny because when I go to Milwaukee, it's about 89 miles, and then from here to you, 89 miles.
That's good. It's kind of like some Sleepless in Seattle thing. It's like, no matter where you are in the world, Tom Hanks, I'm 89 miles away.
Oh, God.
Right?
That's not creepy at all. All right, I'm going to make some quinoa.
Okay. So while Val settles in, she just got home from Milwaukee. She's gonna rustle around her house a little bit, so she'll be on mute. So we will get back to Val momentarily. So guys, before we get into wrestling, because there is a lot to talk about. Flama Blanca, what's your week been like? What's going on in life?
Oh, I'm still reeling over the G1 USA tournament match event.
Okay, we'll get into it. We'll get anything non-wrestling that.
No,
going on?
not at all.
Just work. And wrestling.
Work and wrestling.
Mentally wrestling with customers. I'm mentally wrestling with patients. Val is mentally and physically wrestling with other
on some skates.
Inferior roller derby teams. And now, Val, what about you? I know you're in the house. You're making some quinoa. What's your non-wrestling week been like?
Well, I went to Lincoln, Nebraska with my team and played two of the top teams in the entire planet, and got my ass kicked in the best of ways. But I did. Oh, yeah, forgot. Nice. I can't put that on top of the water.
Oh
no! Cool. So Lincoln, Nebraska was, last week we were talking trash about that state. How was it? Was it a nice time? Did you see a lot of? Was it what ratio of corn to civilization was there?
Actually, Iowa had far more corn. But we also stopped at Zombie Burger twice. Once on the way there, once on the way back. I got the vegan burgers each time. They had a couple different ones. They had the Negan vegan burger, and then they had the Undead Glen. Which I had, Negan on the way there, Undead on the way back, which I was stoked about because I used to watch Walking Dead quite religiously, and I always hated Glenn, so I was happy to eat his not-so-corpse. Is that weird? I don't think it's weird. It's only weird if you make it weird, Ivan.
I think he's looking for a way to make it even more weird.
So,
That's fair.
well, no, you were chewing on Glenn's meat.
Oh, there it is. There
So,
it is.
so with that said, excellent. But once again, through your travels, we're glad you're home safe. And of course, you guys are noticing that the
curator,
the curator, the producer, the editor, and the financier, Patrick Pryor, is noticeably absent. He will be on shortly. He's in the studio making some Skrilla.
Sick beats.
Some sick beats. And of course, you guys have all heard the new schedule for One Fall track. It is not available on iTunes yet, but it will be shortly for your purchase. So, guys, let's get on a plane. I got coach seats. They're not good seats, so we're gonna be really crammed in there together. We're gonna take a 12 to 14-hour flight to Japan. And I'm going to tell you guys, before we get into the G1 special, we're going to take the trip to Japan, to Yokohama. And this is actually a show we did not discuss last week, which was my oversight. Minoru Suzuki Capone had his 30th anniversary special.
God, what a badass.
And check this out, guys. This guy said since May he's had this scheduled. He said, all I want is a free show for people of all ages to show up. I want it to be outdoors, and I want it to be under a clear blue sky. So 2 of those things happened. 18,000 people showed up over, I believe it was 2 nights.
Yeah.
And during the peak of the second night, which was him versus Kazuchika Okada, who he said he wanted to face on this show because he was born at the time Suzuki's career was beginning, which is crazy. He wanted to fight him, and of course, he's the figurehead of New Japan. It was pouring. I'm talking complete downpour, so much that the name of this match has been referred to as Draw in the Downpour because it ended in a 30-minute draw between the 2 legends. And guys, just one picture, one image of these 2 fighting in the rain is something straight out of a Zack Snyder movie. It looks like out of 300 or Sin City. It's just that picture. Like I want to print and frame the picture of them 2 facing off in the rain. Val, did you watch this match or see some?
I only got to watch part of it because I was skating for a bronze medal, but I know exactly the moment you're talking about, and I was all, how can I put that on a pillow so whenever I have a bad day, I can hug it?
And you can choose to either lay on Okada's face and look at Suzuki, or lay on Suzuki's face and look at Okada.
I'm gonna go with the answer is yes.
Yes, that's good.
The answer is always yes.
Yeah. In life, no matter what it is, the answer is always yes. Just think about it. Unless Enzo Amore asks you. So, anyways, too soon.
Can we make sure to not talk about those shorts? That's all I'm saying.
Val, you buy all merch.
I do.
Whatever comes out, are you not going to buy the shorts that say consensual on the front and have a poop emoji on the back?
Let me think about that.
Answer is always yes.
Answer is not always yes in this case.
I'm going to go with fuck no.
So what drink are you going to toast to a hell no, we're not going to buy those shorts, Val?
I haven't made alcohol yet because I'm trying to make quinoa and I'm eating some Thai chili knot wings from Chicago Diner. I'm going to go with some electrolyte water in my bottle that has a freelance wrestling koozie on it, so I know it's mine and I don't grab somebody else's.
Nice. Electrolyte. What's your brand? What's your go-to electrolyte water brand? I
generally go with Smart Water because it's the most accessible and because I want to be more smart and less dumb.
That's good.
But
that's a smart purchase.
That is a smart purchase. I like Smart Water because you know why? I like the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the price. And I also like Core water.
Yeah. I like Core because the bottle's sexy as fuck. And also Life Water. I'm big into that because I'm big into life. Mm-hmm. And what is it? Acina? I don't know. I'm a fucking hippie. I buy whatever hippie water is available.
There's one called Voss. That's not electrolyte water, but the glass. It has the glass bottle.
Oh,
I
I've never.
don't think they do the glass bottle anymore because people.
well, they
throwing it
did.
and breaking it.
Well, they had Danielle. So Danielle brought home a bottle of Voss once. It was a big old glass bottle, and I was like, "Holy crap! It's amazing! And it's reusable because it's glass, not plastic." And I filled it up with water, and I put some Dasani drops, like I forgot what they call them. The ones that
like
it's like to make it. Oh, Mio,
yeah.
to flavor your water. And I put this
Yeah.
green one in there. And ladies, it looked like Secret of the Ooze, Ninja Turtles 2, the Secret of it was amazing. And then I dropped it at work and it
It
shattered,
shattered.
and there was green shit everywhere.
Oh,
So-
that's terrible.
So you're in Japan and you're like, guys, let's watch a New Japan show. Okay, let's go back to San Francisco, United States. How does that make sense? It's because it was the New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 special. This didn't happen last week, right? This happened.
This happened on the 7th.
Okay, so we did not cover it. Okay,
we did
there's
not.
so much wrestling, guys. There's so much. So, guys, New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 special, the second one in the US of A. Wait, I'm so sorry, Danielle.
No.
I forgot what. So Val's drinking electrolyte water. Danielle, what are you drinking? I'm so sorry. I completely forgot.
No, it's okay. I'm drinking a cab sauv called Ravage. Actually, all because of the G1 climax event that happened at the end of the show, which you'll get to.
Oh my
So
God.
let me do
something or someone was ravaged. Okay,
all
pop it.
Bullet Club in general was ravaged.
Pop it. Oh my God, that was just
That was a
scrumptious.
just
Pour it.
nice pop. Yeah. So
Amazing.
I picked this beautiful cab sauv all because of the name and because I've been emotionally distraught since Saturday night. Even though I'm torn because I love Tama Tonga and the Tongan faction part of
Well, don't spoil it yet.
Bullet Club, but as Black Market Ivan gets to explaining of what went down, this vino perfectly describes the events. So take it away.
So, and I'm drinking, this is actually one of your concoctions, Flama Blanca. I'm drinking just one shot for now of, what vodka is in there? Not Stoli.
Kettle One.
Kettle One. And I am drinking LaCroix Kiwi Watermelon Sparkling Water.
As Pat would say, it's a very white girl drink.
I mean,
I don't think so, but Pat's not here to fight.
but
I think he's right. I think he's right. He's not here because that's so white.
So Pat's gonna hear this part. Pat's gonna listen to this part while he's editing. I think the watermelon portion makes it a mixed
Wow.
race drink.
Yes. So does
That's
does that redeem myself? I mean, again, I mainly use that mixture because I don't like sugary shit in my spirits and stronger liquor.
Mhm.
So that's why I do the LaCroix options and flavors because that just kind of cuts a little bit of that burn without adding all that sugary shit that gives you an instant headache.
I like it. So let me take a sip. Hold on. Oh, go ahead.
That's the same reason why I drink vodka water, so I don't get hungover the next day. And then I put a lime or a lemon or some key lime juice or something very subtle delish. But yeah, absolutely. I drink Tito's water with a Malort back because I'm a fancy lady.
Yes, but that's the way to do it. You don't want all that crap in your system. It's like the alcohol already is enough. So why even poison ourselves even more so, right?
Correct.
That's deep, but I agree. No, it's true. It's true. It's just wow, we can go deep. We can. You know what? Forget wrestling. Let's just talk about.
Man, there's so many other
what are we
topics.
doing?
We have yet to revisit flat Earth
And
conversation.
Fluoride, what is the fluoride in the water good or is it bad? I don't know.
Eventually, we will get to that. Maybe that'll be episode
conspiracies.
Oh,
Conspiracy podcast. Okay.
Schedule one fall conspiracy theory.
Scheduled for one conspiracy. So New Japan Pro Wrestling G1 special. First off, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Yujiro Takahashi, Chase Owens, and King Haku, the legend, defeated Roppongi 3K, Geto, which is pretty much the Triple H of New Japan, and Yoshihashi. Nice 10-man tag to start off the show. And let me Preface this with saying that Bullet Club was working as a functioning team during this match. Hold that in the back of your head. Next, Toru Yano and Tomohiro Ishii, representing Chaos, defeated Minoru Suzuki Capone and Jack Babes or Jr., whatever Val calls him. What do you call him?
Horse shit, by the way, but yeah.
Yeah, I will say I did not see that type of quick pin situation.
Yeah, it was
Jack Baber Jr.
Baber, that's it.
Jack Baber Jr. the third. Yeah, great match though. Next, more Bullet Club action. Adam Page and Marty Scurll defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi and Kushida. Great match, but kind of middle of the show, not filler, but it was
there.
It was lower on the card compared to the rest of the show. Then Hiroki Goto defeated newcomer Jeff Cobb. I'm sure you've seen him, Val. I've never seen this guy in action. Are you familiar with him from before this appearance?
Oh, absolutely. Jeff Cobb is a Hawaiian badass wrestler. He's an Olympian. Like, he is an Olympic wrestler. He's been wrestling on the indie scene for quite a few years now. He's just an awesome dude. Really solid guy. Good to have on a card because he brings it every single time. And he's a nice, fucking, genuine dude.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
He
wrestled
in AAW when he comes to Chicago. He's also done a lot of like PWG and Revolver and Evolve and bar wrestling. Like, he's just kind of like one of those guys that you need him there, he'll be there and he will bring it. And he's a big motherfucker, but he's got a huge heart and a great skill set. And I don't ever want to wrestle against him, but I would always like to introduce him whenever I can.
That's all. Yeah, I was very impressed. But unfortunately, he did lose. Goto retained the never open weight title. Quick break. I want to shout out our man Ivan in the chat, saying that we're going to love Japan. He's been over there, travels all over the world. So shout out to Ivan. Thanks for listening to the show. Thanks for joining the live chat. Next,
yes,
the Young Bucks defeated Evil and Sonata, who were invoking their rematch clause to retain the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championship, proving that they do belong in that division. Once again, these guys were killing each other. Great match, great time. Then, probably my favorite new tag team, and I think we mentioned this a few weeks ago, Kazuchika Okada and Will Ospreay representing Chaos. Will Ospreay just tagging with royalty. They defeated Tetsuya Naito and Bushi of LIJ. Once again, kind of a mid-card match, but it was great. Really good action, really good chemistry. Now, here's what things just took. Not only where the show got legendary, but also,
physically hard to watch.
Yeah, Hiromu Takahashi, who won the Super Junior, Best of Super Juniors tournament, to then take the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship from Will Ospreay, if I'm correct in saying that.
Yes.
He defeated Dragon Lee in an absolute amazing, brutal, punishing, technical / lucha match. And in the process, broke his neck from a kind of cradle power bomb in which Dragon Lee did not keep him cradled and kind of let him go, and he went sliding across the ring on his head.
It was rough to watch.
In all fairness, they have not actually released whether or not he has actually broken his neck, but that's what is to be believed. It just hasn't been confirmed yet.
Okay,
he did return to Japan. He didn't have to have any surgery or anything like that because he stayed in a hospital in San Francisco, but he's already home in Japan. They didn't let everyone know when he left for Japan because they wanted him to have his privacy and have his safety be the primary concern rather than having people showing up at the airport, whether it be fucking neckbeard fanboys or just actual people that wanted to show support and concern. They just wanted to give him breathing room. So they don't know whether or not it's actually broken, or they haven't confirmed it yet. So I'm hoping that it just looked scary as fuck and he's made out of rubber, and actually his name is Gumby and we didn't know that yet.
Well, that's okay. Good. I'm glad. Thank you for clarifying that. Yeah, that's. I hope. I mean, because that not first of all, I wasn't watching wrestling when Owen Hart died or when Droz got paralyzed. I wasn't watching during those times. But I would really. I mean,
those have like fucked my brain so hard for wrestling. It's not even funny.
No, I mean, just to think if something, if he doesn't ever wrestle again, I mean. Just to remember that moment of watching Danielle and I watching that and literally like flying off the couch, like, oh my God, So yeah, I hope he's better. And, thankfully everyone on social media is, you've got the few idiots that are like, this is why strong style is stupid because people get injured. It's like, no, it's not strong style. It's the fact that apparently Dragon Lee wrestled like three matches within 24 hours. So the poor guy, you're gonna slip up, at some point. But
it's tired, Mr. Captain.
Yeah. I mean, and then that's kind of what everyone signs up for. He would, Takahashi would never hold it against Dragon Lee. I mean, everyone, like I said,
a mutual understanding of
the risk.
Yeah.
So then, with further controversy, we had Chicago's own Juice Robinson defeating Jay White to become the third IWGP US champion on United States soil, which was great. However, during the match, Jay White suplexed Juice Robinson onto the guardrail, which pushed the announce table, which launched good old JR, back off his seat. And Josh Barnett was like, you done effed up, son. And he gets out of the announce table. He chases Jay White, for lack of a better term, around and into the ring, and is pretty much staring him down. And they've come out since then saying that JR suffered a rib injury and that wasn't a work.
Fractured rib.
So they're saying it wasn't a work. But to me, I have trouble believing that Josh Barnett would chase the guy around the ring during this high-profile match if he didn't get some clearance to do so. What do you guys think?
That was my highlight to watch the moment. Like I literally said, hold on, you need to pause and rewind this moment because I need to relive. And it's not, I don't hate JR. He is not the right commentator for New Japan. And I've always said that. And this is it just felt like I was justified in my emotions and feeling. So I don't wish ill will. I'm sad he was harmed physically, like truly, and it's not a work, but I definitely enjoyed every moment of it. And Jay White just flipping off everybody constantly during the match. I will say I am utterly surprised at how much I just enjoyed everything about this match. And I really don't care about Juice Robinson, sorry, but this match was awesome, and then it made it even better with the whole JR taking a tumble.
Old man tumble. Now, Val, what do you think? How much of it do you think is a work, and what do you think of the match?
I don't know, man. I think that it was a really good match, and it didn't seem like it was a work. It seemed like it came out of nowhere. Like I don't know. I think. I am a fan of JR. I understand where you're coming from. And sometimes I go, maybe you should just kind of like slowly back away from the mic and just do like color every now and again and then do your insight. Because he's been calling a long time, but maybe not necessarily always the best to call New Japan wrestling. However, I do really, really, really enjoy him on the mic. And I think he's a wonderful guy. And I feel terrible that he's injured. As far as like Juice getting chased around the ring, like I don't think that was a work. I think that was like what the fuck did you just do, man? You just crossed the line, because that's like your announcing partner and you're gonna get fevered about it. And it's not like he's not already kind of a tool, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Well, because a lot of speculation was like, what if we see Jay White versus Josh Barnett at the next event? Then we'll know. That's but I know he's an MMA guy, not a wrestler, but it could, it could lead to something. But okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, and regarding the JR thing, I mean, look, a good announcer like him can go anywhere in the world and announce, but just just refrain from speaking when you feel the need to say, I don't know that guy's name, but that was a great move.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, just-
definitely. Or if you physically, because you have your Southern accent or whatever twang you have, it impedes you from pronouncing the names properly. You need to
Well, I
not
think
be
also
commentating. Okay, like that's just a common, solid opinion that I will hand in. I will file a complaint. I will notarize it.
I don't know that it's his southern twang or it's his bout with Bell's palsy that left part of his face paralyzed. I think that's probably more why he can't pronounce some of the names.
Southern
But-
palsy. We'll agree on
Okay,
Southern palsy.
Then own it and be like, hey man, I can't pronounce these names. That's why you have your co-host who should be there to say the names, but
No,
I don't
but-
think he can say the names.
But I don't think Josh Barnett is like the sharpest tool in the shed either.
Exactly. I feel like
Yeah.
they I'm sorry. Where is Von Callis? I miss
No,
him. I miss him.
Yeah.
He should be commentating.
I mean,
That's just my thing.
yeah.
But
Josh
I'll tell
Barnett's-
you, as somebody that's a commentator for a living, like for roller derby, and then also now for wrestling, I just do in-ring and backstage correspondent shit for wrestling. But for roller derby, yeah, it absolutely makes me crazy. That's part of your job, is to find out the athletes' pronunciations, their pronouns, their backstories, injuries, how long they've been, working the craft, how, what factions they've been with in regards to wrestling. But, you need to know your history. And it's a lot. It's a lot of fucking work. And it is not easy. And I totally understand where you're coming from, to be perfectly honest with you. And this is, I think the one thing that we don't agree on. This is how I feel about when Mauro Ronaldo starts shrieking like he just got a knife in the nuts, and he's just like,
I'm gonna end the show. I'm gonna end the show. I'm gonna end the show right now. I'm gonna end the show right now.
No, absolutely. It's so unprofessional. I love the passion, but it's so unprofessional that all he's doing is that he's screaming and taking away from the match. It's the same thing with JR fucking up the guys' names, being like, well, I don't know who this guy is, but boy, how he sure did a great move.
As the resident screamer on this show.
Oh God, here we go.
No. But both. Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's a valid opinion. I mean, he's I love Joey Styles for certain reasons that other people are like, oh, all he does is yell, my God, or oh my God,
Oh my God.
Yeah, but no, cool. So good match, good time. I hope JR. I read some comment saying, some stupid comment online saying barbecue sauce isn't going to heal those ribs.
Oh no!
What the hell?
That's amazing.
Anyways,
and terrible at the
It's
same
stupid. I
time.
hate neckbeards, man. I hate neckbeards. I hate you. Turn off the show, but give us a 5-star review, please.
Yeah,
Look,
so, download, review us, all positive.
download,
reviews.
review, delete.
Yes.
Next, Kenny Omega defeated Cody to retain his IWGP Heavyweight Championship. This was his first title defense. This was a very good match. I don't think it's going to be an 8-star match by Dave Meltzer. Maybe it'll be in the normal 5-star range, but good match, decent match. But what happened after is what matters. So Kenny Omega defeats Cody. Cody leaves battered and bruised with Brandy. And they're all of Bullet Club comes out. All of them. Everyone comes out. Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, Chase Owens. Well, not Chase Owens yet, but a lot of them come out. They're at the entrance ramp, posing, taking pictures. Bullet Club is reunited.
Sweeting each other.
Two sweeting each other, and Matt is like, I don't think we can do that anymore. And then all out of nowhere, but not out of nowhere if you've been watching Being the Elite for the last 2 years, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and King Haku start beating the hell out of, for lack of a better term, all the white people.
Yeah.
And
that was pretty amazing.
beat the hell out of them all the way back to the ring. Then Yujiro and Chase Owens, who always tag team with the Tongans, come out, and everyone's like, oh man, they're not gonna attack these two guys. They start beating the hell out of them too. Then Cody comes out at the end. Everyone assumes he's gonna join the bad guys now, that he's gonna join the Tongans. He comes out, they give him a chair, he starts beating the hell out of the Tongans, they beat him down, they leave. All of the Bullet Club Caucasians and Yujiro are in the ring on the floor holding hands. It's a really funny, battered, ravaged sight. And back at the entrance ramp, the Tongans and their father, King Haku, not only are wearing their brand new Firing Squad shirts, which they debuted for this event,
Which I kind of want one.
which we need those
I
shirts.
have to get one.
They have a new Too Sweet sign, which is upside down.
Yes,
sweet.
it's like total anarchy. I love
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. So really good stuff. Really cool time. And during the being the elite, after that, Cody shared a family dinner with that part of Bullet Club in the hotel room, showing that the beef is now squashed, and now it is Bullet Club, aka Golden Elite, and then the Tongans are a separate faction. I don't know if they're going to try to keep the Bullet Club name or what, because they are the OGs. But overall, great time. And now we're going to go from a great time to what I hope.
Wait, just because I haven't had the time to check, did Meltzer give out his star review on this?
I didn't check.
Do you know Val? No, Val.
No.
Val's
on mute.
She's in the pisser.
She's in the pisser. Are you in the pisser? Are you taking the piss in the pisser? So, yeah, I don't know. But Val,
I'm just curious about those star reviews.
I'm curious. We'll look at
Uncle Meltzer. I want to know.
Don't think he has released it, and I wasn't in the pisser. I had a mouthful of quinoa, like my name was Becky Lynch.
I
So-
like a mouthful of quinoa. I have some quinoa burgers, but
Did you
it's a
see
little
that
late.
Becky retweeted me or liked what I tweeted about her? I was
Is-
like,
My
do you
mind
think she-
exploded. I should have posted an emoji.
tell the listeners. What
I
did
don't
you
even
tweet?
remember what I said, but it was hilarious and witty, so let's just leave it at that. But
Nice.
No, you just had to check
I-
that Val Capone
yeah,
on
yeah.
Twitter,
No,
and then
It was
you'll see
something. It was something along the lines of like, do you think she loves quinoa so much because her shoot name, which is Quinn, is 2 letters off of quinoa, and like she always calls herself Becky Balboa, so it's like quinoa and Balboa.
That's some.
Or-
That's like taking something and unpacking it and analyzing it and repacking it and being like, boom, check this out.
amazing.
Yeah. Well, she left me a little mind blown emoji, and my mind was blown. I was like, what a good way to start the day. One of my favorite wrestlers liked what I said.
That's
Yeah, I had a brief moment of that with Rocky Romero liking one of my responses, but it was over a sad thing, so I'm not gonna talk about it. But
Oh, well.
I had a brief.
what was it about again? I forgot.
It was about Anthony Bourdain.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like that little like, but like that's a cool thing, but over a terrible situation.
Mhm. Well,
Yeah.
sometimes you make friends, or you connect with people over grief and tragedy.
And
Kind of like
quinoa.
and quinoa, yeah.
We're over quinoa, which I have a very wonderful organic rainbow quinoa with some power greens and organic carrots, a little bit of turmeric, some cayenne for a little bit of kick.
a
Yep,
little
that's-
bit of kick. I like this Minnesotan accent.
Let me ask a question for the layman out there. Where does quinoa come from?
Butts.
It's a seed.
Ew, she said
Oh my
butts!
god! I was
Is it an artificially made
no.
thing?
It's a seed.
Well, how come it just was it just discovered? I mean, I never heard of it until about 2 years ago.
No!
It's an ancient grain, actually. It's an ancient grain.
See, Danielle, it's
It's
an
been-
ancient grain.
Okay. Says the guy who was pronouncing it.
I
which
used to
way?
call it quinoa.
Quinoa.
Which is, I
Uh,
guess, technically not wrong because when we travel to different countries, we've heard quinoa said commonly.
Mm.
But in the States, which you're from Chicago, so how do you say it now?
Quinoa!
No, actually, in Chicago, I'm pretty sure it's quinoa.
Quinoa.
Quinoa. So speaking of
Speaking of
people connecting over grief and tragedy, please tell me that Raw wasn't tragic.
Do I have to lie to you?
Just look,
I
we
think
got
it should be like a rapid fire.
we got an hour and
situation.
25 minutes. We got
Actually-
a lot to cover. Make it as fast as you want.
Val, did you watch both SmackDown and Raw?
I did because I clearly hate my life. No, I did
us.
it because
Hit us.
I was trying to I was trying to allow my body to rest after playing some of the best people on the planet. Because normally I'd be like, I'm gonna go to the gym. Instead, I'm like, I'm gonna stay on the couch and watch wrestling. Yup. So I was one of those, which I thought was pretty cool. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't terrible. Can I say that? Is that allowed?
Hit us with the deets.
Because you know what's so unfortunate is that besides our just scheduling with life and our jobs, I think Black Market Ivan is in the same boat of not giving a shit to watch it and relying on you and Pat to tell us about what happens.
I just can't watch it. I don't know. I mean, maybe Extreme Rules will change that, which we'll get into later.
Are you drunk already?
Extreme Wolves.
Oh my!
No, I just slurred.
You think that this pay-per-view is going to change anything?
I know, but okay. So go on. Tell us about Raw. How was Raw?
All right. So there was a recap basically about the feud that nobody cares about, which is Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley. The highlight of it in my mind. Yeah, Bobby Eyebrows. Girl, I want to buy him a sweatband so bad. That guy, he's juicing.
We gotta like. Oh wait, okay. I'm gonna buy him a sweatband, and I'm gonna draw some real, like, sculpted on fleek brows, so we all will be satisfied when looking at him.
Anyway, but the highlight of their whole recap of their feud and the segment between the two of them, honestly, for me, was that the crowd started chanting for the Celtics because their logo was behind Roman and Bob the entire time. So yeah, that was like how the show started, and it was awesome because people were cheering for the Celtics more than what was actually going on. So Roman comes out to the crowd to equal parts squeals and boos. There was clearly a lot of children and desperate housewives there. But he calls out Lashley, and Bobby approaches the ring. Kurt tells him to save it for Sunday. They say fuck it and get to locking up. The locker room comes out to peel them apart. So this was actually pretty cool, I thought, because I was like, these two dudes shouldn't talk. They should just beat the shit out of each other. And that's what they tried to do. Also, by the way, the Ascension and Kurt Hawkins actually got some TV time, and so did Mike Kanellis. So l'chaim.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, he came back. He's out of rehab, right?
Yeah, for him. I'm so proud of him. So by the way, the Ascension beat Heath and Rhino on main event this past week.
Someone beat Rhino? Oh no.
Yeah. And that's the first time that they've won a televised match since 2016 in February, I want to say. Like February 12th, I think is what I read. So Kurt Hawkins, eat your heart out, but the Ascension has had a win before you. But I was so worried for Bo Dallas's dangly earring the whole time. I like forgot to notice that the commentators think I should even give a shit about this match on Sunday because I don't. Best part was either the swan dive from Roman that was actually pretty sweet onto a sea of superstars, air quote, or it was when I feel like Corey is so into getting himself over, like, and people love him too, and sometimes I really truly enjoy him, but I mean, fuck this guy. He's like, somebody called it Boston PD. It just felt like he was just doing it to get himself over. Maybe because he has a t-shirt now that says shut up Saxton. So that's why I'm also like, fuck this guy. They did like a really weird cut, but it was seamless at the same time. To Mickie James and Alexa Bliss watching a monitor backstage. Like it went from live to all of a sudden, boom, they were like, they like panned out and it was the ladies watching. They had terrible scripted lines where they both agreed that there was a lot of pain and destruction out there and that it was nothing compared to the pain and destruction they will cause Nia and Natty later on in the night. Like that's
gosh, you're saying that like your daddy voice. I don't know how to feel about it.
I want to stab myself with this big pen right now. Natty has some new blinged out gear, which is crazy, but it was like so shiny. I was like, am I looking at some dude in like an Affliction shirt and way too bedazzled jeans? What is going on here? It was just insane.
He thought
he went back to her
2008. That's all. He's just
in
a time warp.
Maybe because Mickie James went back to her bell bottoms, whatever.
That's true.
It was a decent match, which, you know, consisted of the heels keeping Natty in the ring the whole entire time. And then shit gets weird once Jax gets tapped in. She beat the piss out of James. She dropped James from a press and then went straight into a leg drop onto Mickie for the win. But the second the ref like lays the 3 count, all of a sudden Bliss appears with a kendo stick and attempts to whoop Nia until she shows she is not like most girls and grabs the kendo stick just hooked her arm so that Alexa couldn't use the kendo stick anymore. Alexa and Mickie scurry away like the rats that they are, and the former women's champ cuts a promo backstage about taking her title back from Alexa at Extreme Rules, where anything goes. So there's that. The recap of Braun and KO, Porta Potty Mayhem, whatever. Kevin approaches Kurt Angle backstage wearing a Sami Zayn hoodie match, which I thought was great of him to still represent his BFF for life. He hands over a doctor's note that says that he is not medically cleared to compete, so he will be hanging in Kurt's office all night. That turns into a thing, whatever. The next match. Okay, here's my notes for it. Mojo's a spaz. He also beat No Way Jose. So then they cut to Bayley and Sasha, who are still in therapy. Nobody cares. Seth Rollins, smiling like the super babe that he is, runs into Jinder and Sunil doing their thing backstage. Jinder tells him life is beautiful, and instead of burning it down, one must embrace the inner peace. You'll find it. Seth says maybe when he's burning it down, he's actually burning pieces of his soul, which was weird. Jinder Mahal just, I don't know what's going on there, but I guess they're trying to develop his character into something different and new and back to peaceful guy. I don't really know. But, oh yeah, there's this like weird commercial with Naomi and Jimmy Uso. It's like Rock the Dwayne Johnson's new movie for Skyscraper, where all the ads look exactly the same as Die Hard, and I wanted to throw my dog at the TV. Don't worry, I didn't. Don't call PETA. But yeah, so
don't you dare! I will take her from you if you do.
No, never, never, never. I'm gonna throw her into a hug. I love her so much.
You can throw her into my arms and into my home.
She is so cute. She's actually upstairs barking right now because I'm not paying attention to her because I'm a terrible dog mom. But it's because I got to talk about wrestling, dog. So Seth and let me see what happened next. It was just stupid. This whole show was just dumb.
I'm glad you agree with us, Val.
Here's the thing. There was glimmer of hope. Like the opening scene or the opening setup, whatever you want to call it, the little tussle that they had was actually not bad. Surprising to me, it was not bad. But then like Seth and Dolph and Drew are cutting a promo and I don't know, like it's just gross. Like they started talking about Drew being a sheep fucker. It was just weird. And then yeah, it was just weird. Like there was a weird joke about bestiality with sheep, about that's why Drew takes orders from Dolph because he knows all his secrets about, and he's like, "Oh, you're a bad man." I was like, "No, Seth,
that's awkward. No, why?"
I know, it made me cringe, like in every way possible, like just disgusted, but also ugh. And the upside to it though is Drew got very angry and sweaty and huffy puffy and ripped off his jacket. So there was that. I really dig the dorkiness of the B-Team cosplay. It's pretty amazing. It makes me really happy, and I kind of want to buy a t-shirt. But, yeah, basically, I don't know. Bo Dallas defeated Matt Hardy in this match. I didn't have anything else to say other than Bo Dallas and that beard is killing me, man. Bobby Lashley promo, nobody cares. Oh, yeah, Tyler Breeze is there because Fandango is out with surgery. He just had surgery. So, quick recovery to that fashionista polista, but Tyler doles out fashion police gear to the Riot Squad, and they're like immediately shred them. And Gay Meat gives piggyback to Blue Tongue, who takes on Ember Moon again. By the way, Blue Tongue lost. Then we go to Constable Corbin. This is terrible, you guys. So it's just, my notes are just, everything is terrible, terrible, terrible. Finn, Renee, and Bobby, terrible. Kevin with air freshener, terrible. Elias is in the studio, terrible. Corbin can't sing or even say the word lullaby, terrible. He can pin Rude, however, this match is finally over, not terrible. So Baron Corbin and Elias tag teamed against Finn and Rude, and they defeated them. Kevin Owens is super stoked about his stipulation match with Strowman in a steel cage, except for Not At All. He's terrified and not happy about it because he won't be able to run away from Braun Strowman. He's going to get these hands. So
I want to get these hands. That's what he's saying.
Oh, my.
No. Doesn't make sense? Okay, great.
Okay.
It doesn't.
So the main event was actually my favorite match of the night, other than that little weird scrim at the start of the evening. It was when Seth and Drew had to wrestle, and if McIntyre won, no big deal. But if Seth won, he would be barred from ringside at Extreme Rules on Sunday for the Ziggler versus Rollins Iron Man match for the Intercontinental Championship. Overall, it was actually a really good match. It's so much so that I watched it twice, and I don't know if it's because it was like such an awesome match or just because
No. It just comes down to this two beautiful, long-haired, dark, tall, dark, and handsome men were fighting each other. Okay, I would rewatch that match. Actually, that's the only match I actually would be interested in, and it's just strictly because of visual entertainment.
Was that a good? You said it was actually a good match because it looks like. I mean, on paper, it was like pay-per-view caliber match.
Yeah, it was. I actually watched it twice to make sure I wasn't just having the effect that Danielle was just talking about. I was like, it's because it's like two dudes that are like, well,
yeah,
or
like, can I just watch?
Yeah, like, did I just make a stain on my couch? What just happened?
Can I braid both of your hairs together into one braid and make a beautiful braid of two beautiful
Braid
men?
them together.
Braid them together.
That's probably the first time I've seen that fantasy.
That's weird. It's weird, man.
That's
I also
a different
concerned-
podcast to quote Patrick Pryor.
That's our other podcast. I forgot. I also thought that maybe I just really enjoyed this match so much because of the rest of the night was kind of piss poor at best. But it really was a good match. These dudes, like, seriously, they can just work a ring like pretty much nobody else.
They can work my ring.
I would not complain about that either. But it's also nice to see that sometimes Vince McMahon's like uber obsession with insanely muscly, tall dudes with long hair can actually pay off, because Drew McIntyre has been a breath of fresh air on the main roster just from Jump Street. So it was a really good match, and it kind of ended with Seth taking out Ziggler, who was trying to distract him. So Zig like fell to the ground, like, ah! And then Drew answers with the Claymore as Seth turns around. So that's how he got the win. But then it was so amazing. I just kept hearing, "Love lift us up where we belong." Because Drew like carried Ziggles out of the ring like a drunk sorority girl, like over his shoulders. It was amazing.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because, you know, Ziggler kind of has a softness about his look and appearance, and he's got
I feel
delicacy of how he portrayed himself.
Got like a harsh look.
I won't quote the full career, but as of lately, we all definitely know that Drew McIntyre is the man in this relationship.
Yes, he is. I gotta stop talking about him because I'm gonna be a fucking creepy neckbeard in a second.
Oh, I'm already there. I already beat you. I have been thinking the most perverted things the minute I saw our little Google Docs of them, McIntyre and Rollins.
Who has
fighting.
more chest hair from the two?
Who cares? I'll braid that together too. I don't care. That's
a weird thing.
Like, we're gonna have to see them very up close, Danielle, to make determination.
We have to make this happen. Okay?
I want you to. Okay, what about braiding Killian Dane after?
Oh no. I'll take a.
No, absolutely not. That I'm gonna leave that to Nikki Cross, man. I don't mess with other women's territory. That's not my style. So.
All right.
But can I also point out that not only is Raw 3 hours, which doesn't need to be, it was about 10-15 minutes longer than that. Like, that match went to, I think, 10:10 or 10:12 or something like that. It was 10-15 minutes longer than the show was scheduled for. And I know it happens quite a bit, but why? Why? Like, okay, anyway. So
wasn't it technically the lowest rating Raw they've ever had?
Ever? I don't know. That's pretty intense. It was pretty bad, but I don't know if that's accurate. I'm going to have to look that up.
There was something, or if it wasn't the lowest, it's one of the top lowest ratings they've received.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. But so the next night SmackDown was in New Hampshire, I want to say.
What state? That's a state? I forgot that existed.
Whoa.
What is
I've
happening in the Google Docs? What is this?
Oh, just a picture of Drew McIntyre and minimal
Can you
boxers.
blow that picture up? Can that just take up a whole page?
Can that just be our new Ahmed Johnson?
And yes, for
Yes.
the listeners,
Oh
I am
my
gonna post
God.
a picture
This
of what
is-
the ladies are looking at. So
this
just
is-
check Twitter.
This
Mark and
is
Ivan.
quite beautiful. I'm gonna have to retweet this over and over again. Okay,
I'm
This
having
needs to
trouble
be-
with words.
pinned onto all of our top tweeted pictures. Oh my!
So Val, how was
my
SmackDown?
God.
How was SmackDown?
I think it was on.
You see, you have given us a visual distraction, Mr. Black
When
Market
I
Ivan.
try to scroll up to read my notes, I just see Drew's McIntyre.
Oh, that is a McIntyre.
I
Did you
just-
see
Claymore.
his,
Claymore meets that.
His what's that called? Stonehenge.
I just oof.
Oh my! This is I'm sweating.
So it started up with Ms. TV, and it was I really can't concentrate. Okay,
I know this is distracting.
And you
We
wanted this to
can't
be quick.
focus.
Yeah. All right. So started out with Ms. TV
Oh,
shit
no.
talking. Uh-oh. Did something just get weird?
You just
I just made it full
expanded the
screen. Full
photo.
screen. Okay, go on. Go on,
It's like
please.
full-
No more distractions. Okay.
It's a full page.
All right, hit us with the smack us down. Like
All
you
right,
was-
Hit
so,
me with some McIntyre. I
So
mean,
Miss-
back up.
I'll give you the old smackdown.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Oh my God, that's not fair.
I need to take off my clothes right now. I'm sorry.
All right, hit us. Smack,
Okay.
smack it
So
down.
Ms. TV is how they start the show out, and he talks about he's getting an Emmy and all this shit, which I'm very excited for his new show, Ms. and Mrs., which debuts on the USA Network on July 24th. But he's interviewing Team Hell No, which that is the creepiest T-shirt they've made in a while. Just look at the logo closely and tell me what it looks like. But yeah, some shit gets talked and some talks get shit, and next thing you know, Bludgeon Brothers come out and they're shit talking Team Hell No and talking about how Kane is just washed up, and you know, boom, Sanity comes out to break it up a bit. Bludgeons get all pissed off, and then the New Day come out too. So there was a whole big thing to the point where Paige herself came out to the of her music and decided that the main event of the show is going to be a 10-man tag team.
Oh wait, I have a clip. Hold on.
Hi,
Wait, oh, I have a
guys.
clip. Oh, you ruined it. I have a clip.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
What?
Hey guys, it's Paige here. I have news about a main event. Okay, that was a clip.
It's
I
gonna
played it.
be a 10-man tag team.
Oh God, that was really accurate.
That was great.
Anyways, so that happens, and I can honestly say I wasn't excited, but that's fine. The little vignettes throughout the night with Team Hell No and the New Day were actually pretty good. We'll get to that later. But AJ Styles takes on Shinsuke because we haven't seen this
Again?
match enough. Yes,
Hi.
it was actually a good match, but Go figure.
Whose dick got punched this time?
nobody's. There was no dick Q. It was just a DQ.
Oh.
Because I said that because they brought the shit outside the ring. Rusev was doing commentary. He was electric as fuck. And Aiden English was there, of course. He was also fantastic. And I just remember Rusev going, "Who else comes out on a tank? I come out on a tank, Saxton." Like, what? Dude, he's amazing. It's my favorite holiday, probably, for sure, is Rusev Day. But, so the DQ happened because Aiden English got in the mix, and when Shinsuke was fucking with AJ outside the ring, Shinsuke went to go do a Kinshasa on AJ, ended up taking out English instead. So then, of course, Rusev pitbulled his way into the ring and fucked with the entire situation. So there was a DQ, and then it turned into, Jeff Hardy was in the mix. I can't handle his face paint, guys. I can't. Like, it's creepy pumpkin head bullshit that I just don't want to deal with. Like, when they try to make Finn Balor the Pumpkin King, that's what it reminds me of. I just can't deal with it. And Sister Abigail flashbacks, it's just bad. But, so they ended up making a match between AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy because basically Paige here, she was saying, All right, so AJ, you're defending your title, and Jeff Hardy, you're defending your title, and Rusev, you're taking on AJ Styles, and Shinsuke, you're taking on Jeff Hardy. Let's have this right now as a tag team match. Hey! And it was terrible. It wasn't bad, actually, but AJ Styles and Jeff Hardy did defeat Rusev and Shinsuke. Then, we have this whole Ellsworth doing sit-ups backstage, and he's wearing a Nobody's Ready for Ellsworth shirt. Which I haven't even looked to see if it's for sale yet because I'm not going to because that would hurt my eyes and also my heart that's a shirt that exists, and yet Candice LeRae doesn't have a shirt. And yeah, anyway, so there was the lumberjack match, and I was actually kind of glad that they just called it a lumberjack match. I was worried that they would be a bit pandering and call it lumberjill match, but they didn't. Normally the lumberjack matches or the people that break up the huge fights are all the geeks in the locker room, but really it was just the women's SmackDown roster minus Charlotte because she's still recovering from her surgery. And Asuka was able to, go figure, defeat James Ellsworth. I was really surprised by that, weren't you guys?
Yes, I could wait because he's supposed to be. Is it Extreme Rules that he's supposed to be above a Shark?
You're analyzing it way too much. James Ellsworth should never beat Asuka. I was waiting for you to be like, no.
So true. But what stipulation? Isn't there something with him above the?
Well, that's coming up next because what Asuka ended up getting sprayed in the eyes, and then Carmella gave her a big boot. So then they cut backstage, and, Carmella's like, don't you ever wink at me again to Ellsworth. And Ellsworth is like, I know, I told the girls not to kiss me, babe, to Paige. And Paige was like, oh, no. It was pretty good, actually, that segment alone. She says, you're going to be in a shark cage hanging above the ring as Asuka wrestles Carmella, who's defending her SmackDown Women's title. But we all know that nobody's ever escaped a shark cage before.
Yeah, right. They pretend that didn't even exist with Enzo. Come on.
I know. Well, I just don't want to watch Ellsworth pop some oil out of his crotch a la Joey Ryan and then wiggle his way out. And also, I think Ellsworth got a new tattoo, which is just terrible. Or maybe I just don't want to look at him. So, Andrade Cien Almas took on Sin Cara, and it was
like a racist match. Okay, why the Mexicana gotta fight the Mexicana?
So actually, I'm curious. I see your point, Daniel, but I am curious. Did they let them do lucha libre on this match? Because when I saw that this happened, I wanted to watch it.
So here's the deal: they're playing this angle because Andrade trained with Sin Cara. That's a thing. So supposedly they've been brothers, amigos since they were since Cien Almas was 15 or so, and they trained together in Mexico City, and they trained in the way of lucha, and there was actually some decent lucha moves, nothing super crazy. 205 Live was still better, but the thing that irritated me the most about it, and when I watched the Wrestle Talk recap this morning, I was like, yep, that's exactly how I felt, it was actually a pretty awesome match, and it was nice to see Sin Cara doing well, but he's essentially a beautiful jobber. He's a lucha jobber. And Cien Almas barely beat him. Barely beat him. So it's kind of, aren't you trying to push Cien Almas as this new badass, this new definition of what skill and awesomeness is with the complete package with, Selena Vega, and it just seemed counterproductive. Because sometimes it's good to try to raise up your other talent, but not when you're trying to push this new guy who just got called up recently. What the fuck? And at first I was like, why are they wrestling against each other? Because they're both Mexicanos? No, it's because they have a history. So that's the storyline that they're trying to play up, is that they have a history together in Mexico City, blah, blah, blah. But I did enjoy the Sin Cara. He actually had a really good match, and he rarely does. So he did a few things that were kind of lucha style, nothing super major. But Cien Almas and Selena Vega were solid gold according to their outfits. That was exciting. And then we got to the main event, and it was Team Hell No and the New Day. But, oh, shit, I forgot. The one thing that was cool, the little backstage segment that was cool was, of course, Daniel Bryan and Kane, they're always going to be arguing. That's part of the passion of their tag team, is that they like to fight. And Daniel Bryan says yes, and Kane says no. And he was talking about Satan's portal, and Kane was like, well, it's actually more of a gate. but no, I can't just channel Satan. Like, it was a thing. And so Biggie got tired of them arguing, so he was like, enough! And then he said, X, we're going to need your brains. And Xavier's like, I'm in. You know, Co, we're going to need you to run circles around these fools. I'm in. And then he says, Daniel Bryan, are you ready to be the goat face killer? And Daniel Bryan was like, yes! And then they get to Kane, and I don't remember what he said because I was like driving and just listening to make sure I got shit together for tonight. But I don't remember verbatim what he said, but it was something along the lines of, are you going to bust some demon bullshit, Kane? And then Kane recited NSYNC lyrics.
Oh,
like,
no,
that's
what
his new
song?
thing. I don't.
I'm with
Is
you.
that Backstreet Boys?
No.
Okay, never mind.
Hello.
No, that's
Get
NSYNC.
with the program.
It's.
Sorry,
I think
I'm
it's
a
like.
sorry
I think it's-
boy.
I think it's something about as long as you love me or something like. I don't remember what his actual
I
lyrics
believe
were,
that is Backstreet Boys. I'm aging myself right now.
but no. I mean, my dad. Okay, so Tall Dad was just on tour with a Korean pop band. I picked him up from the airport this afternoon. Got7. Have you guys heard of this shit? He like played some
No.
footage for me because he was doing lights. He was like lighting director or something on their tour, and these girls were screaming the entire time. It was like a Full Sail University watching Undisputed Era versus Mustache Mountain, which we'll get to later. But they never stopped screaming the entire time. It was insane. It hurt my brain. Okay, anyway. So
You know, all the,
long and the short of it is Team Hell No Day. I'm just gonna call it that. Defeated the Bludgeon Sanities, and I love how much Sanity is using the terminology chaos just to fuck with the Chaos faction in New Japan because they can. I know it's shitty, but I also love it at the same time.
I don't know how I feel about that because
I wouldn't.
when
I knew you
saw
wouldn't like
the
it.
first marketing of that, I was like, I looked at Black Market Ivan and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Why are they doing this shit? So now every time I see it, I'm like, fuck this shit.
It's so shitty, but you, like when they say the word chaos and they just make a smarmy smile, I'm like,
Yeah, it's just so
know exactly what
sleazy and
Absolutely, but
oily and
kind of
it
also
pisses
what
me
I
off.
like about it. Yeah, but I kind of like that. Like,
Yeah,
you know.
I guess I'm just hating on anything WWE except for NXT. So it's like they gotta win me back.
Yeah.
I'm like I'm the girlfriend that just has moved on, and they're the ex that has nothing left, and they're like, oh, I gotta get her back, and
They're like, I've changed, baby.
they're not changing, and I'm just like, you know what? I'd rather be in Japan and enjoy everything over there.
My Japanese
okay?
lover
Well,
treats me better.
My Japanese lovers, plural, treat
Golden
me
lovers.
much better.
So what else happens on SmackDown?
So at the very end of the Team Hell No Day ended up winning, and at the very, very end of it, like as they're walking out, Daniel Bryan's doing his like yes, yes, yes thing, right? And then Kane's like, chill out, dude. And then Daniel Bryan tries to bring the Hellfires that Kane always does when he like throws his arm down and shit explodes. And he tried it, he couldn't do it. He was like, no, I got this. And Kane's like, come on, let's fucking go. You know, basically, I'm old, I'm tired, I'm a mayor, I got to do shit. And then he tries it again, and nothing. And New Day's like, come on, playa, let's go. You know, don't you have some fucking hippie vegan yoga to do? And then he's like, no, I got this. And then all of a sudden, Daniel Bryan, like, really concentrated, man, and, like, threw his arms down, and the whole stage exploded in flames. And it was stupid as fuck, but it was enjoyable as hell. So that is your smacketh downeth, my friends.
You know, it seems like SmackDown was fun.
It was actually, I really enjoyed SmackDown, which is nice, because I haven't been able to say that lately, especially since the Queen is not on. You know, it was nice to enjoy SmackDown. So there you have it. So I'm going to eat some quinoa. I'm going to mute myself, and I'm going to listen to y'all talk about 205 Live.
So I didn't watch it, and Danielle didn't watch it. So I'm just going to recap it because Pat's not here, and he's our resident 205 Live guy. So it looks like Kalisto versus Tony Nese, the buffest man on earth, ended in a no contest. I don't know why, because I didn't watch it. Next, Lio Rush, which is a hot young prospect.
There was interference from other wrestlers. That's why back to quinoa now.
Lio Rush, which is a hot young prospect, defeated Colin Delaney, who is someone I never heard of. So we're gonna move on. Then
Damn.
Cedric Alexander defeated Hideo Itami. Hideo Itami, not
Hideo.
Hideo, not Hideo Itami. I believe he is still the cruiserweight champion. I just haven't had time. I haven't had time to watch 205 Live. He defeated him with the help of Quinoa.
Yeah, with quinoa, magic powers of quinoa. But it was also interesting because the commentators kept saying the Japanese legend, and I was drinking water as I heard that, and I almost choked on it because I was like, "How dare you fucking say that?" And not that Hideo Itami is not a badass or a legend, but the Japanese legend. Like the week that Minoru Suzuki Capone celebrates his 30th anniversary of fucking killing people and eating babies' faces. You want to give that title? That title.
Because
go fuck yourself.
WWE is the fucking bully on the playground. That's
no,
what
man,
they do.
Be a star, Danielle. Be a star. Be a star. Okay, back to quinoa. I'm muting. Back to quinoa.
So that was 205 Live. Looks like it was a good time. I need to start watching it again. Next, Danielle.
Oh.
Okay.
The best part of WWE.
So Danielle, go over the segment, the whole show, and at the end, once Val has finished her meal, she will give you her feedback because it sounds like she watched it too. So what happened on NXT?
Okay, well, we started out with the amazing Adam Cole, baby, defeating Danny Burch.
Baby!
Not for the title though. Like, I was kind of confused. I thought the belt was up for this, but a great match. We're gonna just move on. I'm gonna just rapid fire this whole fucking.
But they actually did point that out, Danielle, because they were like, "That's why he's being introed first because the belt is not on the line."
Which makes sense because when he did, when they played the music, I thought it was interesting that they did open with that match. But okay, makes sense. We move on to Kairi Sane versus Vanessa Bourne, and Miss Kairi Sane unfortunately defeated Vanessa Bourne, and she did a good job. The commentators kept going off about how Vanessa Bourne keeps like
whoa.
Pat, edit that.
Vanessa Bourne.
They kept putting light on the fact that she's developing and she's improving. But you know what? I think she did a pretty damn good job against Kairi Sane. And we know that NXT is pushing the shit out of her. And they should, because, Kairi has a lot to bring to the women's division. So I'm for it. I get it. But Vanessa Bourne did a great job.
Well, and they kept acting like Kairi was struggling against the odds because she has a back injury, supposedly. They kept playing that up, which was kind of annoying. And then she shit-talked my girlfriend.
True. But you know what?
Hey, how about Kairi Sane's insane dance moves of Thriller and then a monkey dancing and then the only dudes in the audience dancing?
There's like three guys doing the most fucked up Thriller / stomping motion that we had to also rewatch that moment. It was
ridiculous.
Val, I better see you in the front row at the next NXT show doing those dances.
Oh God,
no!
You definitely would be constantly on camera. They would be panning to you every time something happened.
Girl, I already am. I don't even want what I already get. It's already weird enough as is, but I'll take it.
You standing next to the long hair, the guy with the long hair that brings his mom, and then the squared
circle. His mom is so nice, though. She's so nice.
Yeah, but
she loves the extension too.
The three of you, and then the squared circle guy can dance together.
Yes.
Collar Carrie, front row Carrie.
I kind of
collar and elbows Carrie.
All right. Part of this dance circle, so please invite me. Okay, thank you. Next,
also, what about Lacey Evans? Lacey Evans left her daughter at home and shit talked Dakota Kai.
That did happen.
So okay,
I forgot about that.
Let me ask you, lady, something. But besides her, flaunting her, besides her, prostituting her daughter on social media.
Wow,
I almost died of quinoa.
That got dark real fast.
Besides her whoring out that poor young woman for likes on the gram.
Oh my God.
I do love Lacey Evans. Now, I think Lacey Evans is tough. She's, she's like I said, I see like we were talking about a few weeks ago, I see this military, she was in the military. Marines. And I know she's she's a lady, right? She's like a classy lady. But that promo she gave was like, I don't know. It wasn't.
It was forgettable. That's why I literally forgot about it.
But it was too
until
much
just
Buttered
now.
garbage because I felt like it was hot buttered garbage.
It was.
And then I practiced Dakota Kai's accent. The whole like I put it on pause and I just kept trying to talk like Dakota Kai.
You say so. You
Nick-
can talk trash.
Next week.
That
Next
is
week.
not a New Zealand accent.
I'm from New Zealand,
That
so
is
I know.
It's not.
So, but
It's not.
anyways, it was like she's this tough freaking fighter, and then suddenly she's talking about, look at you, you're not classy. It's like, what? She's not. What is she worried about? How her opponent is dressed?
And Dakota had the perfect opportunity to shit talk her by going, "Hey man, you want to talk about class? How about I talk about kicking your ass?" And she didn't say it, and I was so pissed.
Because they're building her as the new Bailey for NXT, and I don't know, Lacey Evans. I love her, but I don't know. I don't get like what they're trying to do with her character. Like
I feel like she's on the same drugs that Mickey James is on.
yeah, like they're trying to have her do almost too much instead of
They
just
just
okay.
talk like this, and everything is about quinoa.
Yuck, barf. Stick 3 fingers down my throat. I'm so done.
Dakota
with it.
Kai should have said, "Listen, listen,
What the
Lacey.
fuck
no,
accent is
no,
that?
just
Listen,
stop.
Lacey. Listen, Lacey. No, that's English.
You can't do New Zealand.
Oi, no, oi.
Oi! Oh shit.
my God.
Okay, we're just gonna move on from
What
because we're gonna
happened next?
revisit the Lacey Evans element when we talk about our women's
Hashtag
topic.
rescue Lacey Evans' daughter from
Holy
this
shit.
social media.
Okay,
hell.
so we followed it up with a segment that started with Aleister Black walking into Full Sail and then getting interrupted in his
Accosted by a crackhead.
yeah, what was up with Johnny Gargano and his like wet greasy hair? I mean, I like the guy.
So twitchy. He was so
But-
twitchy. He kind of has half of a black eye, and he was like, "Oh man, no man, no man, no man. I just need a fix." Like
Yeah,
what?
like I mean, I don't know what the fuck they're doing with his like role. I don't know, but he, has some words about, "Oh, you're gonna beat Tommaso, right?" Blah 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 blah, and Alistair's like, "Yes, I have it handled," type of thing, and then walks in.
Wait.
And Tommaso does what he does, which is whoop ass, and he did a crazy DDT on
Off the
Alistair.
fucking table, man.
Yeah, like on cement ground. It was a nice segment. I enjoyed it. I would rewatch it.
Oh, dude, you were in luck. I just found it exactly verbatim what Lacey Evans said.
Oh,
What
God.
this women's division needs is a lady with class,
Oh God.
confidence, and sophistication. And let's be honest, you don't have those traits, sweetheart.
Oh God, cringe. I can't.
For
Is
you,
that how they
Danielle, the world.
Walk in the Marines.
I think so.
Yeah,
I
it's
think that's
like
definitely like hoorah and class and sophistication.
I don't know what I've been told, but sophistication in classes ain't what you got. Right? Is that how the
No,
chant
oh
goes
my
when they're
God, no,
marching
you just
around?
Totally fucked that up. You're doing a shame to our military.
No, she
officers.
is.
Oh my God.
She
No,
is.
she's not. She is a badass. Don't say that.
She is.
Okay, let's.
That's why we're gonna lose the next World War.
Okay.
they're
Then
looking at
Simon is
people's
gonna start.
Because they're sitting there looking at people's outfits, so worried about their daughters. You think Kim Jong Il or Un or whoever the hell's that fat pizza? You think he's worried about your daughter? No, he's not. That nuke is not going to differentiate you and your daughter.
Okay,
Or is
if Chicagoland gets bombed, you know why and who started the war?
Malort.
North Korea and Chicago. It's Black Market Island. I'm just saying.
Hey, shout out to M, the man known only as M, in the chat asking, "Where's Pat?" I don't know.
Pat
He's so
is
high.
flying high.
He's in the Andromeda Galaxy right now.
I think he's actually in line at White Castle for a crave case of Impossible Burgers, and he requested that they be made vegan because he's so nice and wants to share them with me.
What a nice guy.
So it's going to take at least 2.5 hours.
Did you
because-
did you deliver some to him the other day?
No, it was funny because we were going to go have some Malorts, and then I was like, nah, dude, I just got fucking railed for 2 days straight, and not in the good Drew McIntyre kind of way. Like
Oh,
I just
I was
played.
about
You got. I almost spit out
I was
my
like,
fucking
wait, she got
wine
railed 2
when,
weeks in a row? Whoa.
like, as you said, I got railed. I almost made a huge mess on my carpet.
Well,
not the
yes.
type of, not the Drew McIntyre type of
Not
mess.
the,
Not the good old Drew McIntyre
Drew
way.
McIntyre hope and wish.
I'm
for a
gonna type
mess.
in Scottish slang and I'm gonna make it sexual. Okay, so
Right. So all you got to do is say fanny. Because do you know what that is? Do you know what a fanny is in Scotland?
I
of
don't
the Hey,
remember.
Pat, hold
Holy
on.
shit!
Pat's here. Pat, how do you say vagina in Scotland?
No, Fanny.
I don't care.
No, that's right. You're right, Simon. It's fanny.
Yeah,
It means pussy.
yeah. I don't.
The pussy.
Pat, what galaxy are you in?
Mustache
right
Mountain.
I was just checking in just to say hello and say, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 21 of Scheduled for One Fall. I am Patrick alongside Val.
Oh my
Ivan,
god.
Diva Danielle. I just want to have my voice on the thing. I'm currently stuck in the studio and I have like 13 people here. I'm actually in the bathroom right now.
You can't go in there and put us on speaker. Have them say something to the audience.
I wish I could, but it's really, really, really loud. You wouldn't even be able to hear it anyway. I'm currently in the bathroom. Someone just took a shit up in here probably about 2 minutes ago, so I still have the aroma of shit. So I just wanted to call in. I wish I could join in on the festivities, but I'm currently on the clock.
Can you just tell us what your impressions of 205 Live were?
Oh god, you're still working. You're still punched in.
Oh yeah, I could punch it in. 205 Live was great. I heard it was great. I didn't watch it this week.
Oh
my
shit!
God, that's your one
Oh
thing.
no!
All right, Pat. Listen, one last question. You can go back to work, okay?
Yes,
I
sir.
have a drink in front of me. Okay,
Right.
It's half kiwi and half watermelon.
Oh,
Is this
no.
a white drink?
Oh my god.
No, that's black and terrible, my brother.
Oh, okay.
That is
So
black and terrible, my brother.
Pat, I bought
Uh-huh.
Kettle One and this specific lacroche with watermelon in it. And so do I get more brown?
Okay, that's white.
Okay,
No,
I told you.
no.
you.
Wait, Danielle, they're not called brownie
Nope,
points.
that's
They're
still
called-
white.
Danielle wants to know if she gets brownie
Yeah.
points, but I think she's asking. I'm not saying this. She's saying what she meant is
Oh, no.
blackie points.
Oh no!
I did not say that. I'm just reiterating what you said.
I'm gonna go back to this quinoa. I don't even know what y'all are talking about.
You need to edit the shit out of this, Pat, because that's
No,
out of my
no,
mouth
I'm
that
not.
came out of Mr. Black Market
No,
Ivan's
I didn't say
racist
that.
ass
My
mouth.
name is Black Market Ivan. My points are called Blackie points because I'm Black Market Ivan.
Oh
So when
my
the
God,
audience
this
does,
is so
when
offensive.
someone retweets me on Twitter, they get a Blackie point because I'm Black Market Ivan. It's not racist. It's
Oh
common
man,
sense.
shit. We'll go to the drawing
Pat!
board on that one. We'll have to...
Pat, thank you for jumping on. You get 5,000 Blackie points for jumping
Oh
on.
my god.
Man, I would hope so. 205 Live was weak as shit. And yeah, that's about it. Everyone have a great evening.
Thank you, and
Thanks
please,
for joining in on the show.
and have fun
Patrick.
and please be safe on your way back down to earth.
Yes.
He left, didn't he?
Yeah.
Pat is infamous
I'm
for
taking-
just cutting the feed
I'm
off
taking
completely.
I'm taking his Blackie points away.
Oh my god.
All right.
Okay, can I
Can
finish?
you finish NXT
Holy
already? We're
shit!
sitting here waiting.
Okay.
We
The
have
best
40
part
minutes left.
of fucking NXT was
Uh,
Undisputed Era versus
Oh, by the way, fuck Enzo Amore.
what the hell?
I wanted to come back and say, because I've been on the Satan spinach all
Never
night.
get through NXT.
Look, so I didn't want to forget Enzo Amore and those, I don't know, shorts that you have to be on crack to think anyone's going to buy that.
Pat, we already bought you one.
I'm sorry to say, Val, I will use that to wipe my rims off of the car after I've driven and shit.
You're acting like I would give that fucker any more of my money. I'm already embarrassed that I have 2 certified G t-shirts. Fuck.
Yeah, so fuck Enzo Amore. Any neck beard that buys I'm going to search Twitter and I'm going to type in real one and all those other hashtags. And if I see anybody, I'm back up to Chicago Penitentiary. So
Yeah, we should bring that back. Just
We got a
saying.
whole nother world for. We all got a whole nother minute for consensual in the pen. Oops.
wow. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I'm sorry for breaking up whatever you guys were recapping. I'm assuming it was NXT.
It's okay. NXT
So-
takes 3 hours to get through on our show, so I understand.
Yeah, see, I was just kind of guessing. We're in the second hour, so I'm like, shit, they're still on SmackDown or Raw. I don't know what the fuck they've been talking about. But yes, okay, I'm out of here. I will edit this as soon as pretty much probably tonight, and it'll be available for everyone the next day. But if it's not, I'll edit this whole part out.
Oh man.
Hey, Pat, when is the schedule for One Fall track going to be available on iTunes for purchase?
Oh man, you know what? I didn't even think about that. I'm going to see if I can get.
We need funds for the podcast.
Yes,
So we
I
need
know.
to sell your and Simon's amazing track right now. So
No, it's everybody's track. Everyone's on that.
We need some rap from Val and Danielle too.
Yeah, we could just extend it. So anyway, and I'm pretty sure the neckbeards, when they hear that song, they're going to extend as well in another way. But yeah,
as long as they extend their wallets, then
Hey.
we're down for anything.
Pat, get
Okay?
back to work before they're like, what kind
Yeah,
of producer takes such long dumps?
What kind of Anyway, I'm out of here. Yep.
All right, get out of here.
Oh wow, he just
All
booted
right,
his
I
ass.
ejected him this time.
He
If he was gonna leave
fucking
us
kicked
before
his
he
ass
broke
out.
my heart, I'd rather break his heart.
okay.
Can I bring something up before we get back to NXT because I like
I'm never gonna get through NXT.
Tell us, Val.
I'm looking at WWE Shop just because that's what I do and I'm waiting for the next segment to happen. Curvy collection is a thing. Curvy.
Like plus size?
Yep.
Oh, Kirby. I thought you said Kirby, like Kirby's Dreamland. I'm like, what the hell?
Or like Kirby, like my pal that's in-ring announcer for freelance. But no, it's Curvy. They have 8 plus-size T-shirts for women now. Finn Balor, Alexa Bliss, Nia, Austin, AJ, Randy, Rowdy Ronda, and Roman Reigns. I can't tell if that's cool or if I'm annoyed that it's called Curvy.
Yeah, why can't they just size it like a normal T-shirt?
Yeah.
I mean, anyways.
Yeah, just have the sizes available. Why does it?
Why does it gotta be like? What does it gotta be gendered?
All right, Danielle, you have 7 minutes to wrap up
Holy
NXT,
fuck.
and then we have half an
Okay.
hour left.
And this was like the best part of NXT, man.
Save the
Okay,
best for last.
Mustache Mountain versus Undisputed Era for the Tag Team Championship belts. So, if you didn't fucking watch this shit, you need
You're
to
dumb.
stop the podcast and fucking turn on the WWE Network and watch the shit because this match was phenomenal. A great pair up. Undisputed ended up stealing the belts from Mustache Mountain. A lot of back and forth. You really didn't know how this match was going to turn out. I don't even want to like talk too much about it because we talked too much about NXT in general at this point.
No,
but
this is a really good match though. Like, I mean, literally the towel got thrown in. I don't remember the last time I've seen that.
right? Okay, like, and even though of course I'm all about Undisputed Era, I think they got gold literally with this type of team and with bringing Mustache Mountain to NXT.
I just want
It's
Kyle
just
O'Reilly
amazing.
to like an air guitar championship belt.
Right. It's just a great mix of heavy hitters, A+ wrestlers all in a team. And that's what makes him awesome. Like no matter who gets tagged in with all the hot tags that were happening during this match, it was nonstop action. It was fast paced. It was everything what New Japan and Ring of Honor bring in their matches to NXT. Like that's what I love about NXT is that they embrace a speedy match and embrace that element of I guess, an underground wrestling tournament.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna win match of the year in WWE's. Like, I don't think there's Slammy Awards anymore, but the end of the year awards.
It was pretty impressive, and I mean, Trent Seven is
your chunky lover.
He's like a Cassius Ono for me. I enjoy watching everything I see on the screen. Just saying. So
he also is broken now, and he has like they just worked his knee for a good 15 minutes, and eventually his little manservant had to throw in the towel because he would like Trent was not relenting. Trent, don't relent. That should be a t-shirt.
Trademark.
And like, what is he, 20 years old now? Tyler, 20-year-old Bates. He was like
22 or some shit like that.
I don't care. He's a babe.
He's a baby.
I'm glad that he's older than 20 because I did feel weird being like, oh, he's such a babe. Wait, God.
Yeah, he's legal. It's okay.
Yeah, and it's still weird though. Anyway, but he was like standing holding that tag rope because sometimes that applies and sometimes it doesn't. And he looked like he was like watching his dog get run over by a car or something. Like it was so like just his facial expression, his emoting was on point.
Yeah, you know what I really come to think of, like when I really analyze of what I enjoy about wrestling now at my age and what I expect out of the programming that they put out there is I do, this is why I love New Japan, is that they take the time to develop a story within the match. Like there's a start, it's a book, it's a great book. There's a start there, you get the plot of it, and then there's these peaks and valleys of the story that's told within 10, 15, 60 minutes, depending on the match. And NXT does a really good job in honoring that part of wrestling of storytelling. And they invest time in developing the characters. They invest time in the feud. And I feel like the rest of WWE doesn't do that because they're playing for the mainstream. And I get it. I don't like it. But that's why I love NXT. They kind of are embracing what wrestling should be, which is a story. It's a soap opera. Tell the soap opera like it should be. And they do a good job with it. So anyways, to finish it out, Undisputed Era did an amazing pin and fucking took the belt back to the Undisputed reigning. Back to America, as they were saying, as they keep ripping and kind of like borderlining prejudice. Well, no, they are being prejudiced, but xenophobic mentality that they've been very apparent about how they express their feelings about Mustache Mountain. But yes, that was NXT. So we're gonna move on down the Google Doc.
Val gasped a second ago. What did you see on the WWE shop, Val?
You know me so well. There is a Charlotte Flair 2018 Toon Tumbler pint glass.
Toon?
What's a Toon tumbler? I mean, I know what a tumbler is. What do you mean Toon?
So it says Toon Tumbler. I think that's the brand. Yes, it is. Because at every Comic-Con that I go to, because I'm 1 inch away from being that guy, like I go to Comic-Cons quite a bit just because I enjoy the people, the cosplay, whatever, listening to the panels. There's always wrestling shit. Anyway, and I'm a big collector dork. But there's this company that has these wonderful pint glasses that have everything that you can imagine. I want to say they're called Toon Tumblers. And so they are the people that supply WWE with their line of pint glasses. And Charlotte has never had one. So that's why I gasped, because I was just randomly like, well, let me see if the queen got any new merch while she's out post-surgery. And it's like a really boss-ass picture of her being all cute, but like, I might kill you. You know what I mean?
Nice. Well,
yeah,
that's cool. Buy it. You need to drink some liquor out of that bottle.
I don't think you need to buy any more merchandise, but I do like where your head's at.
So we've got half an hour left. We've got 2 segments we want to do for sure. We have to do this Extreme Rules one. So, first and foremost, Money in the Bank was. I mean, I was like, what the hell? Like, do I need to stop watching WWE for a while? So I'm hoping this pay-per-view kind of brings me back on board. I'm gonna go over each match. And
Simon, I have such bad news for you.
I know. But okay, look. First and foremost, the kickoff match. The New Day versus Sanity in a table match.
Like, why is that on the pre-show, Beachy Dubs? And like Balor versus Corbin? Who gives a fuck about that? There's no. Ugh. Go. Sorry.
Danielle, what do you think? New Day versus Sanity in a table match. What do you think about that match? And what do you think about the fact that it's in the kickoff show?
I mean, does me saying I don't care count as a
I want to see Sanity take the win. Sorry to cut you off, Danielle, but since you don't care, I'm going to tell you because I do. New Day is already established on the main roster. Sanity is established for us for sure because we're NXTers. But the fucking Joe Blows that are going to be in Pittsburgh, they don't know who the fuck these douchebags are. They just know that they're a bunch of mangy dudes screaming a lot and that Eric Young talks like that, you know? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? And also it's a table match, and I feel like that's far more in the element of Sanity than it is in New Day.
Yeah.
I think it's bullshit. It's a kickoff match. It's dumb. Also, sorry. Go.
And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm so happy that it's not called like pancakes and tables match or something.
Yeah.
So next, Finn Balor versus Constable Baron Corbin. Is there a reason for this match?
No, that's why I'm saying why is that not a kickoff match and a table match trying to introduce another tag team, especially a 3-man tag team, Freebirds rules, yo. Yeah. Like, you know, I mean, you know why? Do you know the reason for this match? Because Big Cass got fired, so Daniel Bryan can't be called short anymore. So Baron Corbin calls Finn Balor short every chance he can.
Oh my god.
So stupid.
Absolutely. It's just unnecessary, and people wonder why like they don't enjoy the main roster product. This is why. And I fucking love Finn Balor.
Yeah.
So
he has fallen from grace. I mean, and he keeps the crowd loves him. He's still such a great worker, and they just are like just giving him scraps, you know.
It's like one of the things that I was mentioning earlier. You can always tell who they think are like the super geeks of the roster because that's who usually is in the lumberjack positions. That's usually who's coming out to break up fights. You know, like at least on main roster. I know for indie shows, it's if there's shit that happens, it's like, dude, shit's happening. We need more bodies. Get the fuck out there and break this shit up. You know what I mean? That's like different. But for this, in fact, it's just like proof that Finn Balor is a geek in their eyes now because he was one of the guys that was breaking up the shit. So,
man, yeah, this is the bummer. So then the Raw Tag Team Championship. I think we can all agree on what's going to happen here. Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, the current champions, versus the B Team. I think the B Team is going to win.
Val, I mean, that would be nice.
So I hope they win.
You hope they win?
Yep.
And Danielle, what?
I hope they win too.
Then we have the Raw Women's Championship, Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax in an Extreme Rules match. This should be good. As long as they let them actually have an Extreme Rules match.
Yeah, but you know that's not going to happen. Let's just be real. It's WWE.
It's just going to be a lot of kendo stick action.
Probably.
Then we have the United States Championship. Jeff Hardy, current champion, versus Shinsuke Nakamura. You know what?
I think Shinsuke will finally fucking win something.
I mean, it would be cool if he won, but I want Jeff Hardy to have a nice reign, a nice long reign, especially since they just released, Hardy's WWE 24 special. So I think they're going to keep the belt on him for a little bit. Next, SmackDown Women's Championship, Carmella versus Asuka with James Ellsworth in a shark cage. Hopefully they ban the lube, like we said, so he doesn't slide out because he's definitely skinnier than the name redacted. Val, what do you think? You care about this match? Here, Val's eating quinoa again. Danielle, what do you think?
It's a waste of time. Just saying.
When you read the match out, all I could think of is why is this even happening?
Yeah, right? It's stupid.
I would actually be more interested if there was a James Ellsworth versus Asuka again, like like I don't know, like because once again it was creating the precedent for the intergender matches, So in WWE, then we have the Intercontinental Championship, Dolph Ziggity. I don't have anything funny to say. Versus just the reigning champion versus Seth Rollins in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Obviously, Drew McIntyre is going to be there in the crowd, just staring at you and Danielle.
Oh
through
my
the
God!
cameras.
Yes, that's the highlight of the show right there.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen?
I don't think that Seth is going to burn it down, but that's just because I'll be busy watching Drew.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that? What was that, Val? I heard something. What was that?
That was like a demon.
Don't even worry about it.
Was like
Was
a
that your dad?
ghost.
Was that tall dad?
Yeah.
Put him on the show. 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 Put him on the show.
He's not gonna stop until you
Put him on the show,
fucking put him on the show.
He
Put him on the
just
show.
got home, for fuck's sake. He just
I
got home
don't
from
care.
tour.
Korean
What?
experience.
Oh,
Dad,
God.
Don't
Dad!
make me say something.
what
Oh,
do you
God,
think
Dad.
about the South Korean boy band?
Did you know?
Don't be so loud.
Did you know that Ric Flair can say he's the oldest? Excuse me, Ric Flair can say he's the toughest 69-year-old in the world. Do you know why?
Because of how many people ride Space Mountain every year?
No,
Oh
no,
my!
But no. Mike and Ric Flair
You're so loud.
say that he's the toughest 69-year-old in the world
Because you're the
he-
toughest 70-year-old.
because I turned 70.
There you go,
Oh,
ladies
wait,
and
hold
gentlemen.
Wait, Dad, don't leave. I have something from the Korean fans.
Don't yell
for
into
you.
it. They can
I
hear
have
you.
something for the Korean fans for you.
Might
Listen,
I say
Dad, don't yell. Jesus fuck.
listen,
that,
Mr.
as I've
Capone.
told many an ex-wife, this is not yelling.
Val, Dad,
Where is Patrick?
Val, listen, Dad.
키가 큰 아빠는 최고의 아빠이자 가장 섹시한 아빠입니다.
That, you know what that was? That was Korean for tall dad is the best dad and the sexiest dad.
Ew.
Well, I don't know much Korean, but they were nice fellows.
All right, Dad. That's
What
good.
would you think Ric Flair would do? What if you and Ric Flair were a tag team against Kim Jong-un and Kim Jong-il?
Oh my God! Wow, that's a challenge.
The latter part of that would fit in properly because they would be very ill after we finish.
Yes.
Val,
Love it.
get off the show and let your dad stay on.
Yes, I've had a beverage or two with Rick and Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
that's my father.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Not
That's-
tonight, though. Not tonight, because I don't know if you guys know this. Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes were not at the bar with my dad.
Yeah, where the hell were
Dusty
they?
Rhodes.
I
Dusty
told
Rhodes,
them to show up. Those sons of bitches.
Dusty Rhodes might have a harder time getting there.
I was going to say Dusty's going to have a harder commute than Rick.
It's okay. I'll bring a Ouija board next time.
Oh, he said that he was a sweetheart. Oh, now he's doing the strut. Oh, my God.
Would your dad do a whole
I
show? Dusty?
invented
Your
that.
dad is like a
He
fucking
stole it.
celebrity on this
Wait,
show.
I
okay?
just tell Dad. I need to know one thing: who's gonna win between the Bludgeon Brothers and Team Hell No?
Oh, yeah. Team Hell No, you know Kane. You like
Yeah.
him. And Daniel Bryan, the bearded guy, the
Oh,
short.
Kane?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kane should win.
No, but there's another
Okay.
team called the Bulge Brothers.
The Blood Brothers.
Bulge.
Giant hammers. No.
The Bulge Brothers is a totally different website.
See, he knows our podcast
Why
so
did
well.
they name it PT2, DP2? I mean, come on.
What are you
That's a
talking
website.
about, Dad? So
Deadpool 2 is named DP2.
I know.
That's a website.
I don't want to know why you know that, but Eric Rowan with the red beard. Remember,
Yeah.
you were like, "Hey, red beard."
Yeah, he's okay.
Well,
Wait,
is
I
he
wanna
going
hear
to
more
lose?
about
Kane?
DP.
Oh, he should lose to Kane because I came up to him and I said, "Hey, anybody ever call you Beardo?" And he goes, "No, nobody's had the balls." Fuck you.
Yep, they're losing the titles. That's
Oh my God,
that's
they're losing
amazing.
the titles. That's amazing.
what
That
about
is the best thing
okay,
ever.
Dad? What about this? What about a farmer versus a Canadian in a steel cage? Who's gonna win?
Farmer, Canadian. Oh, Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
You know, the guy.
Owens brothers are always good.
No, not Hart Daddy. Kevin Owens,
Yeah.
the chubby dude who wears like
the fat guy?
yeah, the fat guy. My dad thinks he sucks. And keep in mind, neither of us are small people, so he shouldn't be saying.
F.A. Kevin Owens. Yes, go on.
Okay, we don't body shame. But what about the giant?
What's that wee shit?
Oh, Dad. What about the giant dude that's, Braun Strowman, like the super big guy who's like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm gonna get these hands.
Yeah, he's sort of tough, but he's always going to lose because he's basically a pussy and has bad manners.
Whoa, Dad.
So who's
I mean,
gonna win?
I feel like nobody's gonna win because we have to watch that match.
All right, Dad. One more question. This is his name is Bobby Eyebrows versus the leader of the Puppy Pound.
Oh,
Who will win?
You mean a guy that has mustaches for eyebrows?
No. He's the bald guy
Yeah.
who wears a sweatband, like a big, strong black dude, and then
Yeah.
the long hair guy that always goes, ooh ah.
Yeah.
He's the leader of the Puppy Pound.
Oh my God.
I have a feeling that headbands are bad.
What? I wear them all the time.
I
Well,
agree with his justification. Okay.
I wear
No one
sweatbands.
has worn a good headband since
Axel
Jim
Rose.
Since
That's all I can-
1982. Let's just put a timestamp on it. Okay.
Well, Walter Payton and Jim McMahon rock sweatbands very
Yeah.
well, and I wear them at the gym all the time because,
And
yeah,
I have a Bears shirt on right now.
he does. It's a true story.
So, Dad, let me ask you one question. In all your years of touring, of traveling with these rock bands, what rock star, what frontman would have been a great wrestler in another life?
Well, that guy Pete from Typo Negative probably would have been
yes.
Yes.
a big fellow.
Peter Steele.
So I thought he was really stupid, but he probably, as you're saying, frontman, because Ozzy would not have done it, and
That's racist.
and if you're looking at I'm your gerbil lover.
Okay.
Oh
He's a
my
good
God.
guy.
Oh, yes.
Amazing.
Bob was not a good wrestler.
Oh,
He's
okay.
not a good wrestler?
No, he's not a good wrestler. Well, Rob liked to wrestle, but that's a whole different story.
Dad.
Hey!
Tall dad.
Well,
Tall dad.
Remember
day,
the album called Penetrator?
Don't encourage my father. He is 70.
one day, I was talking to Rob. I was with the band Ministry, and we came to Phoenix.
Yes. Ministry is amazing.
Yeah, I was with Ministry for about 5 or 6 years. But anyway, I said, hey, Rob, how you doing? He goes, oh, not bad for an old faggot.
Daddy.
Oh God.
Rob said that.
I know, but don't repeat it.
He said it.
I said, Rob, you're not old.
That's
Keep in
amazing.
mind, my father is very supportive and open-minded, and
Well, yeah.
his opinions don't necessarily reflect those of Al Capone.
That's amazing, though. That's amazing. But that
pretty
sounds like. I
amazing.
mean, that's awesome.
Well, no, that's
Patrick is gonna cry that
real
he missed
thing.
talking to my dad.
that's a real thing that Rob Halford said to me. He's a very nice fellow.
That's
Yes,
amazing.
he is. He's a very nice fellow.
Although
Rob Halford for
he
everyone.
ticked me off at one point.
Okay,
Actually, his crew ticked us off
Dad.
I
because
wanna
they
know.
used
I
to,
want to know.
Oh my God.
they ride out on a motorcycle, that whole thing.
Like
oh,
Triple H.
helmet for leather.
Oh my God, you're blowing out my ears.
Yes. This is amazing.
So yeah, and so the
You're
crew,
blowing out my
the crew
ears.
pissed us off.
Okay.
So my
Why don't
friend
we talk
took
about
us-
wrestling?
No,
took
no,
us
I need to
6
know what Judas Priest did to
My- my-
Dad Capone.
took the 6-inch bolt and put it in the gas tank
Daddy!
of their motorcycle because they were being jagoffs.
Jagaloons or
Yeah,
jagoffs?
jagoffs.
Oh, total
And,
jagoffs.
and so
I love that show on
6
ENF.
months later, they came back and the guy
They
goes,
gave you
"Oh, no,
something.
Mike,
well, 6 months later, they came back and
doesn't
gave you.
work anymore."
Wait, Dad, 6 months. They came back next time and they gave you a 6-inch something to get you back, right?
Oh,
Wait,
God.
whoa.
It
Okay.
doesn't work.
All
They
right.
didn't know who did it.
Oh, that motorcycle didn't work. Let's talk about wrestling, Daddy.
About wrestling?
Yes.
What about Mooch Cholak?
Moose Cholak, yes.
Oh my God, that was totally Vince McMahon. That
That
was
was-
amazing.
All right, final match, Dad. AJ Styles versus.
Is very Donald Trumpish in that his dad did a lot of good things, and even though Vince is sort of doing some good things,
Donald Trump isn't doing
I don't
anything
like
but Dad.
Trump at all.
Yeah, that's fair. My father's a Vietnam vet, and he is 70 years old, and he's a boss ass bitch.
Yes.
I can also do
Yes,
this.
yes, you are, and you are always welcome to be on the show, and we
If
love
it,
you.
if
and
it
you
was
should-
video, you'd see me rolling my stomach like
You don't want
Killer
to.
Kowalski.
You don't want to see that.
I
Oh, my
actually
stars.
do.
I
Please,
grew
Val,
up with
help
Killer
me out.
Kowalski, Baron von Raschke, the Dick the Bruiser, the Cruiser,
The Crusher.
The Crusher.
The Crusher, Daddy.
Yeah.
Speaking of rolling stuff, what we are huge advocates here of the herbal nature, supplements. And what would you say in all your years was the best strain of herbal goods, and from who was it provided?
The Zip Stick from Zippy the Pinhead.
What the fuck does that even mean, dude? Patrick.
Can you
Patrick?
elaborate?
Pat,
That's-
who was it? The
Zippy
Pinhead?
the Pinhead.
Not Gorilla Glue, not
No,
Moonrock.
no, not like crap socks.
Oh,
When
Ooh.
Zippy died, just before Zippy died, he gave me some cuttings,
Oh.
and I had them growing.
Some
in my-
zippy snippies.
Yes, I had them growing in my closet.
What?
And so
wow!
I
This is
moved.
amazing.
I went on tour with Los Lobos for 6 weeks,
Wow.
and I set it up so that it would water itself. The plants, the lights would turn on. I was Mr. Perfect on that one.
Oh, Kurt Hennig. Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Hydroponic genius.
Yes, that's pretty amazing.
I got home and they were all dead. Like, what the?
You lose
My
20,000 Blackie points for that.
Oh, I saw a light in your room. I undid that. I undid the extension cord.
Oh.
Oh, that sucks.
Yep. But
So
so
what's
that
a-
was the end of the Zip Stick. To answer your question.
But wait a minute, I'm looking on Google and it says Zippy the Pinhead is a fictional character whose place of origin is Earth or possibly another planet. So I'm very confused.
I feel like that sounds accurate.
Also, he wears his socks on the outside of his shoes.
Water all over our TV.
I think it's Robert Crumb that
Oh.
one of his characters.
Oh, yeah.
That guy drew the best boobies I've ever seen.
The best
By the way,
boobies.
Dad, you're talking to Danielle, aka La Flama Blanca, and Black Market Ivan. Our other partner, Patrick, is in the studio, so he's not available tonight. He normally would be the one talking about Satan's spinach and strains thereof.
Well, I'm just Jolly Roger.
Yeah, he's just tall, Dad. There you go.
So
I
Dad,
got on my shoulders in the 7th grade, or 9th grade, excuse me, and he said it's like being on the Jolly Green Giant. So for 5 or 6 years, I used the name Jolly. When I was Kiss's bodyguard, Gene said I needed a second name because I didn't have the wherewithal of a Diana, a Frank,
Cher.
a Gene, a Cher. I should have a second name, and from now on,
And you look
on
like
the
a
rookie
pirate.
list, I would be Jolly Roger.
'Cause
And
he's
I've
like-
used that since 1976.
Wow.
There you go.
That's amazing. That
It's a great wrestling name.
Yes,
too.
it is.
There you go.
So, what would you prefer us to call you?
Tall
Should we-
Dad.
I'm Jolly Roger.
Tall
Jolly
Dad.
Roger or Tall Dad?
Everybody calls him Tall
Well,
Dad.
if you're gonna be Laura's size, it's Tall Dad. If you're gonna be, crapola guys that know me from rock and roll, it's Jolly Roger.
But okay, we want to be more of the elite. So I think we got to go with Tall Dad.
It's all- yeah.
Yeah, well, that's.
That's
But if you say Tall Dad, Gene Simmons will never know.
fine. You'll be incognito.
True. Yes, and you hold the highest tier and respect from us, and that's all that matters in this world. Okay, so
Let's call this Steam.
Kevin Steen? No, we're not calling Kevin Steen.
So last match to take the night home, you've got the Bulgarian Brute against the phenomenal AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. Who's gonna win, Pops?
I think Styles is a ponce, but he'll probably win.
What about the big, hairy, muscular, beautiful man?
He'll just say,
that's a great sound effect. That's like
Okay,
perfect.
guys.
But he has backed by a beautiful, ravishing Russian girl. I mean, won't that help him?
you haven't even heard.
Okay, Dad.
Guys, episode 21. Once again, it is a coming of age
Oh,
year
God.
people, and Tall Dad has literally given us the first drinks of our 21 years, of our 21 episodes. The craziest party of our lives
That's
is
my
is
father.
here with Tall Dad. Yeah, and
It's an honor.
yeah,
It
it's
is
an honor.
a title. It is an astute moment
Yeah.
here on our podcast.
Now look, guys. Yes. Now look, guys. Real quick, we're kind of running short on time. Next week when we have Pat on, we're gonna talk about WWE is talking about having an all woman or what's all women or all female. What's better? What do you ladies prefer? What sounds better?
I
I
mean,
would say all women.
yeah, I don't think it matters because they call them women superstars. They don't call them female superstars. They call them the women.
yeah,
I didn't know if
female,
one
like,
sounded
kind of,
bad or something. So all women,
yeah, that kind of
paper.
crosses it.
But
Crosses the line.
can I just say that I read something today that got me all choked up? That there's like a big rumor that because of the Twitter campaign trying to get China in the Hall of Fame, and they tweeted something about how Mick Foley would you be into inducting China if and when that ever happened? And he said it would be an honor, and so now there's a big buzz that maybe China will get inducted this year, supposedly.
Oh, wow. Now, why Mick Foley?
Because he helped her. Like, would you remember when he like came into the ring and fucked with Triple H, and she was able to? Hey, sorry,
Well,
he's back for more.
I just wanted to say that Broad China was a very, very, very important person.
Yes.
And she did. I met her several times, and she was very nice, but she was had a lot of stick-to-itiveness as far as taking care of what she had to take care of. So it is a travesty, says the guy who did the lighting for the first Slammies ever.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
wow.
why I was at WrestleMania 2. I thought it was because of Ozzy, because he worked with Ozzy when I was a kid. But it was because he was a LD for the first Slammies.
That's amazing.
But yeah, so Mick Foley said it would be an honor to induct her, but basically,
Mick Foley's fantastic.
oh, he said Mick Foley's fantastic too, as he took out a pound of bacon. Yeah. So, well, fingers crossed, but it's a big rumor, but I'll be crying like a baby.
Well, yeah, that would be great. That would be like a very meaningful, induction. Now, real quick, so next week we're going to talk about what matches we think would make a perfect all-women pay-per-view. We'll come up with some theoretical names that we think would be great. The whole thing, it'll be like a fantasy booking. Real quick, we have 6 minutes left. Val, what's going on in Chicago this week? Is there any appearance you're making? What's going on? Tell us what we need to know.
Oh, honestly, I don't know of anything off the top of my head because I was so focused on the all women's pay-per-view. I really didn't scout any big shows to plug. But I do know that I will be at Kesha on Saturday night, dancing like a rainbow, and getting all the parrot heads drunk tomorrow at Wrigley Field for Jimmy Buffett. And then Sunday I'll be watching potentially a terrible pay-per-view. That's my plan for the weekend. But yeah.
Let's watch it and let's see if it's any good. I'm hoping. I'm crossing my fingers. I hope it's
You
good. I
are
want
a
it to be good.
Cubs fan. You are so optimistic.
I want it to be good. I want it to be good. I want it to be good. Is Dad still in the room or did he leave already?
No, he left, but I'm sure he'll hear us talking about him and he'll wander back. And
I was just gonna see if you wanted to give any last words to take us off the air.
hey, do you want to say anything to close out the show, there, guy?
The wisest. I want the wisest advice for all of our wrestling fans. What is the best advice he has that he's ever heard that he wants to impart upon our audience?
You never work for people. You work with people to make things happen.
Okay. That's my father,
That
ladies and
is-
gentlemen.
On
That is the best quote ever.
On that note, thank you, Mr. Capone. Thank you, Val
Yes,
Capone.
thank
you,
you,
La
thank
Flama
you.
Blanca. Thank you, Pat, for jumping on for 1 or 2 seconds there, even though you were working. I appreciate it. Thank you to everyone listening to the show. We'll see you guys for episode 22 with Extreme Rules results and with All Women's pay-per-view bonus segment. Guys, it was a pleasure. Thank you, and have a wonderful week. See you guys.
See you
I'm gonna go
later.
eat party.
Have quinoa party.
Okay, bye.
Hashtag quinoa party. Hashtag quinoa party.